How's it going, guys? So I wanted to explain exactly how to receive your refund and show you exactly how to do it. I'm going to be showing you here, I'm going to be doing it in front of you, I'm going to be explaining it, and I'm going to be telling you the rules, what you simply will have to follow. These rules are important. This is why I'm going to be starting off from the rules first, and then I'm going to be showing you how to do it and what you need to fill in and where as well. Now, this is important for you to follow these rules. Please, I highly advise you not to skip these rules and listen in to what I have to say. You can see them in front of you as well. I will be showing you at the same time. If you already are familiar with the rules and you just simply want to know how to get your refund and what you need to follow through the steps, basically there will be a time lapse right there in front of you. And this is the point. Just click on the video and make sure you go to that minute mark. And then you will be following through how to get your refund exactly and what you need to fill in. But anyway, let's begin. This is quite important and I want you to follow through. Before I do, this is indeed an updated video. I have already done this sort of thing before, but PlayStation recently got some kind of a brand new updates to their own websites. I had to do it, more of an updated refund request, and so many people were so confused and I just simply had to follow it through. Anyway, let's begin. This intro was long enough already. Now, this is regarding of the refund cancellation policy. This goes for the games, game add-ons such as DLCs, season passes, in-game consumables, for example, like V-Bucks or Grand Theft Auto cash packs or FIFA packs, that sort of thing. And of course, some kind of, PlayStation video titles of some sort, right? Now, I want you to understand this is quite important. You can indeed cancel a digital content, any purchases that you've made, within the 14 days from the date of purchase and receive a refund. That's provided that you have not started the downloading or streaming it, either one. Make sure, even if, guys, you have to understand this one other thing. If you have just started the download and you started the download for like a second or even less than a second, that's it. You're not going to get your refund. That's important. Make sure you do not start the download. That's important if you want to get a refund for it. The other thing as well, digital content, okay, like games on digital orders, that you have started downloading or streaming and in-game consumables that have been delivered into the game are not going to be going through with the refund. Unless, of course, the content itself is faulty. This means like the game is completely broken or simply does not start up. You see a black screen, simply does not work. This is not exactly the same situation as you are familiar with Fallout 76 or Anthem, as the games are broken. This does not really concern much of the PlayStation. This is the concern of the developers of those games, not the PlayStation. Anyway, that's a different story completely. Let's continue. You can cancel indeed your purchase of the season pass, okay, within 14 days from the date of purchase, okay, so 2 weeks. And also receive your refund, so you can receive your money back. That's of course again if you have not started downloading it or streaming it, any of the digital content like the games add-on, like the DLC, and that's including of course the season pass as well. I need to follow through it. This is quite important. If you have purchased an in-game consumable on the PlayStation Store, they will be delivered, okay? They will be in the next time when you launch that particular game. Until then, you will have up to 14 days once again from the date of transaction when you made the purchase to be cancelled. If you have purchased an in-game consumable during the gameplay in the game itself, okay, they will be delivered immediately, so you will not be able to cancel the purchase. You will not be able to get your refund. In-game consumables are the items, basically what I'm trying to tell you, are like a virtual, like in-game currencies, money, FIFA packs, Grand Theft Auto cash packs, that sort of thing. Boosts, or maybe some other items that are pretty much has to do in the gameplay, okay? So, the other thing is the pre-orders. You may indeed cancel a pre-order, okay, of the digital content. So let's say the game is not out. You can indeed cancel that order. You can get your money back indeed. At any time as well, you can do that, but before the release date, and as well you can get your money back. If the release date has passed, that's important. Let's say the game is already out. You can still change your mind and request a refund up to 14 days after the payment was taken from the pre-order. So 2 weeks once again. That's of course, this is important. That's of course if you have not started downloading it or streaming the content to your device. Basically, make sure you do not start up the game. Do not start the downloading of that particular thing either. That's important. The other thing, I'm sure a lot of people will be questioning these. Promotional bundles, you know, like deals, offerings, that sort of thing. Let's say, let's go with the 3 games for the price of 2 you can get. So, you can indeed cancel your purchase of the promotional bundles as I mentioned, but within, again, 14 days from the date of transaction and receive your money back. That's once again provided that you have not started the downloading or streaming any part of the bundle. This means, let me put it in layman's term. If you purchase those games, those 3 games for the price of 2, okay, it was cheaper by that point. If you start up at least one of those games, if you start up only just one of those games, even the downloading, that's it, you will not be able to get any refund for those 3 games at all. Okay? Okay. Now, the other thing as well, this is quite important, it's a little bit complicated, is regarding the PlayStation Plus, like the subscription services. Now, you can indeed cancel your purchase of the subscription service and request a refund within the 14 days from the initial transaction date when you get that, when you paid for it. Even after when you start using the subscription itself as well. Now, this all depends on how quickly you really go about it, right? Let's say within a day or 2 days, you go and you request for a refund. You may get your, well, actually, you will most likely get your refund back. But it all depends, of course, how long you will have to wait. Let's say, for example, when you purchase a subscription such as the PlayStation Plus, right? You agree that you will be rolling the subscription of the periodically of the billing, so the annual billing. Okay, so you can stop making payments at any time by turning it off, basically auto renewal. This means some people are having these sort of issues. Let me explain. It's very, very important. Whenever you make the purchase of the PlayStation Plus, the thing that in the settings that auto renewal, basically as soon as that the PlayStation Plus runs out, you automatically purchase a new, it's the same thing, same 3 months or 1 year or 1 month of the PlayStation Plus, and you continue. You just make sure you disable that section in the setting, so you don't have to request for the refund. So it will be quite annoying, but still. Just so you know, beyond the initial of the 14-day cancellation period, you will not be able to receive the refund as well. And that was the payment already being made off. So make sure you turn off that auto renewal, it's important. And by the way, it's one thing as well important, because there is an opportunity and a chance, for example, you make the purchase of the PlayStation Plus of 1 year, and let's say you've used it only for like 3 months, but you will be able to get a refund, not a full price, but only you will be able to cancel some other dates, but you only receive the refund far less though. So there are some special occasions for the people out there that are very frustrated and they can't seem to get those refund back. Alright, so we have transitioned over here, and this is basically the new page, well, more or less new website that PlayStation has updated, and how to get your refund. If you are here currently, it means that you probably have listened through all the the things that you need to follow through as the rules apply. If you have not, guys, more or less you will not receive your refund, and I do apologize about that. So, if you are more than confident that you will be able to receive a refund, let's just follow through. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. As you can see here in front of you, here are the 3 options that you will be able to follow through. North and South America, Japan and Asia. So you'll be questioning was Europe, India, Middle East, and so many rest. Basically, at the page in front of me, anyway, well, in front of you, I should say, we are already on the European side, European section. As you can see here, it's important contact and inquiries of the customers as IEE region only, so including Europe, India, Middle East, Scandinavia, South Africa, and Russia, and basically this is the page following for you guys especially. While also trying to find out more information if you can get a refund the similar route as I'm trying to provide it to you guys in America or any other country, so it'll be easier for you to go through. And because I can't exactly link any of the links in the description, because you will end up going to a European site instead. I actually been looking through and I tried to actually summarize it a little bit, and for you in America guys and so many other countries on top of that. As it seems like I'm gonna try to leave the links down below in the description again, and I'm gonna be trying to go over rerouting it, and just to make sure if you will be able to open up this specific page in America, when you click on the to request refund over top of the content, fill out a refund request form. When you do so, you should receive some kind of different information regarding of the refund that you would like to go for. And as you can see here in front of me, it's obviously will be in Europe because my website it does recognize that I'm in Europe located, so you simply would not be able to go and register for me as I'm in America or whatnot. So it's a little bit difficult for me to just simply give you links like that. My deepest apologies about this as well, guys. Hopefully you guys can still follow through, because there's still a lot of this information will be extremely relative and important for you to make sure that you have applied. Anyway, so let's just begin and start going through. We're going to be going down. So what do you need help with today? You have options of, here there are a few of the options. So, well, today in this country, we are going for the refund. We're going for the cancellations. Obviously, the first option is the obvious one. But yes, as you go down lower, you will be able to see notes that you will require to fill in. Well, first thing is your name. Your name, obviously you will be required to put in your first name and your second name, and what you have registered your PlayStation with. And of course, if you have updated it, make sure you put the updated version in instead. Sometimes it could be a real name, sometimes it could be fake names. I do know some people that put in their fake names for some reason. But yes, it's understandable, perhaps security reasons or safety, whatnot. Anyway. The other thing is the online ID. Online ID, as you already might know, PlayStation got recently an opportunity for us all to change our online IDs. Mine is ZIYT, so make sure to put it the updated one. If you have not changed it, put in the old one that you already have. Just currently the one that you have right now at this moment. So the next thing is the contact email address. That basically means where the PlayStation support team will be able to contact you. So you know, just to tell you that you have registered to apply for the refund. Just make sure you put in the email that you are currently using and that it's active. The next one is sign in ID email address. It basically identifies in here. If different from your contact email address, just apply it here. It's also, by the way, it's not mandatory. As you can see, it's not highlighted as it says mandatory field, so it's not exactly important. Next up. Obviously, you will have types of content and tell it the type of content you're having trouble with or you want to receive your refund for. The game content is basically the game that you want to get a refund. PlayStation Plus is basically the subscription. Pre-order, basically the game did not come out yet. PlayStation Now is the streaming services that you can get a refund for, or TV and video content. Usually it will be a lot fewer people for that option. So if you want to get a game that you want to get a refund, obviously game content. If you have a what would you call it? The season pass, I believe will be also the game content, mind you. So yes, after that, you will require to put in the name of the content. Make sure you put in full, say, well, as it says in here, God of War, put in God of War, Watch Dogs 2, whatever, Call of Duty, whatever, right? Just make sure you put in full name and whatever it is. Also, if you have said, for example, like Assassin's Creed, The Fate of the Atlantis, like a DLC, just make sure you put in a full name. So here's the reason as well that you're required to put in, and make sure you are truthful about it. So here's the reason. Tell us why you're requesting a refund. I changed my mind, bought by an accident. Maybe that could have been the reason. It was the unauthorized transaction. My subscription auto renewed, or I tried it and I don't like it. You know, there are different versions of this. The content isn't working properly, so it means it could be faulty. My in-game purchases wasn't received, or the other reasons. Obviously, you were required to put in more detailed information in the additional information box right here in front of you. Next thing. is the date and of the purchase. So, and also the month, also the year. And this is quite important because you will follow this with the information that you would receive. Let me tell you that there are actually two ways of seeing this information. One of them ways is actually going through the SonyEntertainmentNetwork.com. You can log in there and you can see all the information relevant right here as well. You will require to have a transaction ID number. It will be about 12-digit code, number, and also it will give you a date when you have made the purchase. So you will have to be honest. Obviously, you will need to require to put in. Also, you would receive this following information in your email. For the purchase that you have made, you will receive a confirmation email. In there, I believe you would get actually an order number instead of a transaction ID number. Either way, they're both identical. And so yes, that would mean that you're required to put in the date, the month, and the year. And transaction ID, well, you guessed it. Yeah, it's the 12-digit, or even says right here, 12-digit transaction ID number. So the next thing, this is also important, guys. Don't just put in, I simply wish to receive a refund. There's a little bit more to this that you're required to put in the additional information for. In this category, you were required to put in this following information. So, you were required to put in your PlayStation Online ID name, basically for me ZIYT, for example. You were required to put in your sign-in ID email address that you use to sign in on your PlayStation, not the one that the email that you would use to receive all your information. And for example, right, you only use the email address that you log in on your PlayStation. That's the one. You have to put in your date of birth. Obviously, date of birth is quite important because it's just to clarify and to verify, that PlayStation will be able to get back to you and with the proof that it was you indeed requesting for the refund. That's important. Also, guys, sometimes I do understand some people might lie about that. Make sure you put in the very one updated that you remember. If you have, maybe you were underage before when you applied for the PlayStation and you lied about your date or year, let's say, right? Yeah, put in the fake year that you put in, or fake date, or fake month. Make sure you don't mess this up because PlayStation will not authorize then the refund for you. Also, the name of the purchase you would like to refund. Well, yeah, what game is it and what is it exactly? Just put in the same words again. And I have gotten a lot of these questions. Basically, it's regarding how long it would take. As it says here, it could take up to 72 hours for us to verify your claim. If you have started downloading the game to your console, request will be declined and they will be able to notify you of this information as well. So yes, 72 hours, that's when they say it would take about for them to reply to you. And if you will receive your refund or you will not. As I have experienced, it actually took me a little quicker than that. It was like 24 to 48 hours for me, as I got luckier, I guess. Maybe that also depends because sometimes PlayStation can indeed contact you back and say that due to the reasons we're experiencing high volumes of requests, we're sorry to, we're slow with this process. Just wait a few more days and stuff. And by the way, weekends do not count. Saturdays, Sundays, sometimes they will not reply to you. Just understand that. Also, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, that's when they usually work. So if you do not receive anything on Saturday, Sunday, that could be the reason because they're simply not there. Or you will receive your following information on Monday, Tuesday, or so goes for the Wednesday. So yes, after that, when you fill that in, make sure you say you want to get a refund. And be honest, be truthful. If you filled in information, you faked in your information the first day one when you made the purchase on the PlayStation, yes, put in the fake information then in this case. After that, simply press send and then you should be good to go. Again, please guys, follow through all the rules that they are asking for because you know how PlayStation is like. Sometimes they're being very, very difficult in these situations, and getting a refund from PlayStation is not always the simplest term or simplest thing to do. Hopefully that made sense for you, and well, in this case, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe as always. If you have any other questions for me, just write down comments below. I will try to reply and do my best to give you proper answers as well. And yeah, have an awesome day and have a good one.